Hello, my name is Blowbach, and I'm the Secretary of State for Kansas. How may I help you?
Well, Mr. Secretary, I was wanting to ask you some questions about the voter ID bill you want to pass.
What's your question?
I guess my first question is, why do you think it's necessary to pass a bill that will make it much harder for people to register and vote when voter turnout is already low?
We have to pass a new voter ID law to stop all the illegal immigrants from voting in our elections.
When you say we have to stop all the illegal immigrants from voting, I'm confused. What makes you think that illegal immigrants are voting in our elections? Do you have any data?
All across the state, people have told me that they've seen Mexicans sneaking into the voting booths. And even more said they saw people who looked like secret Mexicans. There may be hundreds or even thousands.
But isn't it true that there have been nearly 10 million votes cast over the last 6 years, and in all that time there has only been one successful prosecution for voter fraud? And that person wasn't even an immigrant, that was someone who voted in Kansas and in Missouri?
Okay, so what's your point?
My point is 1 in 10 million odds are astronomical. Did you know that you have a 1 in 10 million chance of being hit by parts falling off of an airplane? Or that you have a 1 in 10 million chance of being struck by lightning twice? The data suggests that you are more likely to be bitten by a shark than to find a case of voter fraud in Kansas. So why are we doing this?
The data doesn't factor in the secret Mexicans that people have told me they've seen at the polling places. And it doesn't count all the people who've told me that they used to vote illegally all the time. We need to pass this law so we can stop them.
But
we've only had one prosecution because currently we're not looking for the illegal voters.
But Mr. Secretary,
currently, people can vote illegally and get away with it.
Mr. Secretary, you're not making any sense.
We need this new law. I need to see everyone's birth certificate, passport, driver's license and marriage license, so I can identify all the secret Mexicans and prevent them from voting.
Respectfully, sir, voter fraud is already illegal. The reason there have been any prosecutions is because there is already a system in place to prevent illegal voting. I bet there's got to be information about all of this in all of those files.
There aren't any files on the secret Mexicans I've been hearing about. That's because they're secret, but not anymore.
Mr. Secretary, you cannot seriously be arguing that the fact that you have no proof is proof that we should change the law and our whole voting system. Sir, pardon my French, but that's crazy.
Crazy like a fox. I'm going to catch those secret Mexicans and kick them out of the voting booths, no matter what it takes.
Okay, setting aside for a moment the question of whether or not the secret Mexicans even exist. What about the people who can't afford to go out and purchase copies of their birth certificates, or marriage license, or driver's license? Will they be denied their constitutional right to vote because they don't have the money to go out and purchase the documents that you want to see?
If they cannot afford the documents, then the state will pay for them.
But Mr. Secretary, I thought the state was running a $550 million deficit. Where would the state get the money? How much would it cost to give away free ID cards to people all across the state?
I think it would cost about $600.
$600?
Yep.
Seriously?
Yes. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Mr. Secretary, I'm more confused now than I was when I came in. You say we need to radically change our election laws to prevent illegal immigrants from voting, but there is no evidence that there is even an issue with illegal immigrants voting. Then you say that the reason there is no evidence is because your bill hasn't been passed yet, so right now, illegal voting is conducted in secret, except for the people who have bragged to you about it. But, you know it's a real problem, because some random guy said so.
Exactly.
So we have to pass your bill in order to find out if we need your bill?
I'm going to get those secret Mexicans.
Wow. Can I have my money?
What money?
Well, I don't have any evidence that you owe me money, but some guy at Quick Trip told me you did, so I want you to pay me.
That doesn't make any sense.
Check please. That's a wrap.